Özgür Kivanc Altan, and I'm the Consul General of Turkey. I go sometimes by the name of Oscar when I go to Starbucks, though. I started service in Miami a year ago, almost exactly these days. 3rd of September I arrived. And before I was in Athens, Greece, where I was the Deputy Chief of Mission, so Deputy of the Ambassador. The first couple of months we thought it was a little too hot and humid, but if you get used to that, now I embrace that. I just step out of my office or out of my home, this heat wave comes and then I embrace it. I like it now. But other than, of course, the climate, it's really a great place to be at. There's so many different people from different backgrounds. It's very metropolitan, cosmopolitan. You have a Caribbean touch, you have a Cuban touch, you have European touch. We're making sure that there's a Turkish touch, and that's why we love this city, actually. Turkish foreign policy and Turkish commercial activity in an expansion process for the last, let's say, 10-15 years. And our expansion in the US is a part of this policy. We're now opening this new consulate. It's just, this is a new office. We will probably open one in San Francisco. We are thinking, if we could, in Atlanta. We already have Boston, Chicago, New York, Houston, Los Angeles, apart from our embassy in Washington, D.C. But we believe that US is a very important and very rich country, and it's a very big country. It's almost impossible to touch all bases from just a given number of spots. You need to be having more presence. And we did this also in Africa and Latin America. In the span of 10 last years, we opened more than 25 new embassies in Africa alone. And also the same applies to Latin America. We have embassy in Havana, Santo Domingo. We opened just one. We're opening one in San Jose. We opened one in Panama. We opened one in Lima. We already had Caracas, Brazil. We're going to open one in Trinidad and Tobago. So we're really trying to bring more presence, because if you have more diplomatical and consular presence, it brings together commercial activity as well. Our consulate covers Florida, the two Carolinas, and Georgia, together with Puerto Rico. Okay. So that's a large area, and that's one of our biggest challenges, to touch all bases, to meet all the people, to build up a network in all of those 4 states. It's a challenge, but we're trying. I've established really very positive relations with my colleagues here, my fellow colleagues, and we even did a couple of joint projects, such as the one we did with our UK Consul General, Dave Proger, and Don Sleznik, the Honorary Consul of Australia. We co-authored a special piece in Miami Herald about the 100th anniversary of Gallipoli, and we also organized a film screening about that, and a reception where 300 people were invited, and then people watched the movie. So I think that was a great collaboration. It's nations at war 100 years ago, how you can be at peace, and more than that, be in cooperation 100 years on. Yeah. So that was a good message that we gave. It's been a year, and I tried really hard to go out there and meet anybody that I can. And everybody was really receptive. I met the 2 mayors, Mayor Regalado and his lovely wife is a good friend, is almost like a family friend. I have been out there. I met Carlos Gimenez and his immediate team. They have a great team out there. They also have a economic relations section and there's Manny and Maria Dreyfus Olmer'den. These people are really great people, and they're very enthusiastic to work together to help your work, and we really appreciate that. Not only here, we also appreciate our reception in Fort Lauderdale, because it's, you know, Broward County is, I know it's a neighboring county, but it's also, there's a lot of Turks there. There's a lot of economic activity, and we have a sister-city relationship between Fort Lauderdale and Muğla in southwest Turkey. And within that relationship, I was invited to many events. I met the mayor at least 4 times. And not only the local authorities, we try to also do stuff with the universities here. I met the presidents of Miami-Dade College, Eduardo Pardon, Mr. Rosenberg from FIU, Shalala, the former, exactly, yes. So I met all these people, I visited their offices, and they were very receptive. So I really appreciate that. If you don't have a direct flight and a non-stop flight between your home country and where the consulate is, there's something missing, because a direct flight is a multiplier. It's a multiplier for commercial activity. It's a multiplier for business-to-business contacts. It's a multiplier to people contacts. It's great for tourism. So it's great for cultural exchange. It's great for enhancing the understanding between the two regions, and really stepping up the ties bilaterally. So this is a must. And I have been pounding the phones of the CEO of Turkish Airlines, and I sent many reports. I'm in very good contact, and he's a good friend, with Emilio Gonzalez of the Miami International Airport. Actually, in most of this we work together. Yeah. So we assisted each other. We prepared reports to indicate how beneficial this line is going to be for both sides, commercially. And at the end of the day, the Turkish Airlines gave a decision. It was about April, May, and the first flight is touching on the 25th of October. It's going to be a daily flight.